Right then, it's a quick walk around video. This is for a top of the range Honda CR-V. It's a 2-litre EX automatic. First of the Mark IV on a 62 plate, finished in passion red, which always looks fantastic on the cars and never, the videos never do it justice in all honesty. The car's covered just 77,000 miles, has a full service history. It's also fitted with a couple of things which are lovely to see on the car. It's got the exterior styling pack, so you've got the trims on the front and rear bumpers and the Honda side steps. Also door protectors there, but it really is a lovely car, certainly for a car that's now coming up to 13 years old. Lights and lenses clear and intact, there's no cracks, no condensation there. Bumper really clean, bonnet generally very good, any stone chipping is light, totally in proportion to the age of the car. Near side of the car really smooth down the flanks, really crisp. Near side front alloy, the one that took all of the bashing, and I can't see a mark on that. Main panels lovely. Inside rear alloy, again absolutely lovely condition. Going around the back, you can see the silver trim at the bottom there. Around the offside of the car, driver's side, going beautifully smooth, really crisp. Looks like the car's 5 years old in all honesty, and a well kept one like that. Offside, rear, again absolutely fantastic. And the main panels are lovely. There always has to be the odd little mark somewhere on the car, but there's nothing that jumps out. It really is in fabulous order. Coming to the back of the car now, absolutely cavernous boots on the CR-Vs. They are family cars and can be very heavily used, just with normal wear and tear, yet this one's clearly been cherished. Coming to the back, enormous amounts of rear legroom in the car. Full black leather interior, and again, as with the boot, the back, this is where the kids sit, and again, leatherwork can be heavily worn, and carpets, plastics damaged, yet this one's been kept beautifully. Coming to the front and the passenger side, full set of original Honda tailored mats. Front passenger seat car there, you can see again, absolutely fantastic condition. Finally coming to the driver's door card, again, really clean and tidy, same with the footwell areas. Driver's seat for a car of its age, incredibly clean. So inside the car, engine's running as always, so the dash is illuminated. Really is in fantastic condition. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse, got that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors. Counting down, let's see how well this thing's been kept. Coming to the main dash binnacle, 77,035 miles, engine's running, and there are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. The car's registered at AF62VSL, and mileage at 77,028. The reason for these videos, very simply, is just to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of the cars we're selling online, they get to see that very car advertised in operation. The reason we've always felt it important is simply because, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs or a description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. We do the videos on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a drive in the car. So coming to the car, been very well maintained, and it feels it immediately. It feels like a car that's done 10,000 miles, not 77,000 miles, and that's typical of the breed. Push button starts, engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda car. Honda, as I often say, build the best 4-cylinder engines in the world, and it's the real world of engineering where it's put to public test. It's the most reliable, longest lasting engine in its class. It's got a cam chain, there's no cam belts to worry about. There's no silly bit of rubber joining the top and bottom of an engine.
But more than that, it's actually just how it drives. It's got a lovely sweet edge to the engine note. Power deliveries, it's sort of linear. It just pulls and keeps pulling if you want it to. You can back off the throttle, get it change up early, whatever you want it to do. But it's just a lovely companion. And the same goes for the gearbox, which has always been one of Honda's strengths. Ratios selected to try and maximise the engine, both in terms of fuel economy and performance, and it does a very good job of it. But also the gear shifts on the move are very slick and smooth. Notwithstanding reputation, you should always do the same checks on any used car with an automatic gearbox. Just make sure that gear changes are smooth, and they are. But more importantly, in some ways, when you're stationary, put it into drive or reverse from neutral or park, and just make sure it engages without any great clunks or thunks as it engages. And in every way, this one's absolutely spot on. Come to the steering and chassis. Steering track's nice and straight, so make sure it's nice and straight. There's no vibrations at this speed, or any speed actually up to the legal limit. It's really nicely done power steering, nicely weighted. It's accurate, it's precise, it's reasonably quick, so turning in you don't have to move the wheel a huge amount, and it works very nicely with the chassis, because let's not pretend it's a sporty car, because it isn't. But it is a very nice car, but they're not designed to be sporty, but it actually drives really well. Often overlooked by the motor impressor course how capable it is going through corners for the type of car it is, because it's a taller car, and that can quite often mean if you go too softly sprung, they lollop about. If they're too stiff, they're too crashy, and it just gets absolutely perfect in the middle ground there, because it's a very comfortable car indeed. There's no clonks, no rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle that shouldn't be there, so all in fine order. And brakes on the car, hit the brake pedal, they're nice and powerful. There's no pulsing or vibrations when you hit the brake pedal, so all in very good order. Worth pointing out, hopefully tomorrow, this will be heading off for a new MOT, which is done completely independently of us. We've got no input into it whatsoever. Coming to the interior of the car, first thing you do as we get into them is excellent driving position, lovely seats, very comfortable, easy to get a really good driving position with good visibility, which is brilliant all around on the car, helped by these huge wing mirrors. Quite a low dash line, so you can actually see the bottoms of the car, which is a minor miracle in this day and age. But the layout of the dashboard is really simple, even though it's very, very highly equipped for the age of the car. You've got a sat-nav system working perfectly. Down below that, climate control system, which is dual zone, so you can have different temperatures either side if you want to, and that pumps out lovely cold air. Checked that in a nice warm workshop earlier on. All of the switchgear has that hallmark high quality feel that Honda give you with everything you twist, press or otherwise. Heated seats again, working exactly as they should. And then your dash binnacle in front, directly here, lovely simple old school analog dials, just much easier to take the information in than a lot of this overly complicated stuff we have in this day and age. And then you've got this lovely leather bound steering wheel. This is a four-wheel drive car, albeit you don't do anything. It's completely automated. Honda worked out very quickly that most people will be driving as I am right now, in it might be wet conditions, but I don't need four-wheel drive on, so it runs in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, pretty much the whole time. Only if it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do so, and it does it seamlessly. It's via the traction control system, so if your front wheels start to lose grip more quickly than you could ever react, it's going to bring in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it disengages it when it no longer needs it very quickly. The advantages of the system are patently obvious. You're going to use less fuel, you're going to get through your tyres less quickly, and it puts a far, far, far less mechanical stress to the vehicle than something that's permanently running. As I said at the start of the video, as brief as it might be, it's just here to show the car operating really, and to feedback on any obvious issues. There's nothing, I hate the cliche in the used car trade, when the salesman spins the yarn that it drives like new, well, guess what, this does, it really does, and we've sold thousands of them, so we know them well, and it's got a lovely tight feel about this car.